In the journey through the chaos of modern life, everyone wants to find a ray of light in the midst of darkness, a moment of connection where emotions and souls are fearlessly shared. But in this world full of noise, every word is missing. Some of it can bring comfort and understanding, and not every hope finds a time of trust and acceptance in those moments when we learn the value of secrets and the unexpected power of protecting our secrets like a strong fortress against the storms of life. But it is important to know not only how to keep secrets, but also when to open them and what to do. Knowing that you will also share time. It strikes a balance between revealing and keeping secrets. Confidence. A journey to choose between silence and sharing with, and ultimately to find freedom and peace in the soul of, before we begin our journey today. I invite you to follow to the end and not to miss the lessons, every message, every story I share below contains the key that will open the door of freedom and peace in your heart. If you follow this challenge, please leave your mark in the comment section and peace of mind, and let us know you will join us on our journey to find freedom. Number 1. Personal relationships. Stoicism teaches us that our relationships are like a garden full of flowers that need to be cared for, protected, and hidden from the curious eyes of the outside world. Each flower in the garden represents self-respect and relationships. Each one has its own special beauty that you should treat with care and respect to keep things pure and long-lasting. Our self-respect, like the dirt that supports a flower garden, is the strong base on which all relationships are built. It's not something to show off or let other people judge, but something inside us that helps us stand strong when things go wrong. Protecting self-respect is like protecting the garden's life source and making sure it not only survives but thrives under our care. Relationships are like the different flowers in a garden. They each have their own beauty and meaning. Talking too much about them, like letting strangers into the garden, not only lowers the value of secrecy, but also allows for unwanted interference and damage. This is why keeping relationships private is like carefully watching over the garden's flowers. Being discreet isn't about hiding. It's an act of self-respect and appreciation for the beauty and worth of each relationship. Our relationships and self-respect, like a beautiful garden, represent the path to inner freedom and peace. By keeping these precious values secret, we not only keep them fresh and strong, but we also show love and respect for ourselves and our loved ones in the garden of life. We are the gardeners, nurturing and protecting the beauty and vitality of each flower with patience and respect. Having good relationships with other people is very important to our happiness, emotional health, and general quality of life. Healthy relationships give people support, company, and a sense of connection, whether they're with family, friends, romantic partners, or co-workers. We'll talk about the most important parts of good personal relationships and ways to build them in this lesson. Important ideas. Communication. Being able to talk to each other clearly is essential for any good relationship. It means being honest when you talk and paying close attention when other people talk. Encourage respectful, open communication, and be ready to deal with problems and disagreements in a productive way. Having empathy means being able to understand and share someone else's feelings. To develop empathy, you should constantly listen, acknowledge other people's feelings, and show compassion and understanding. Trust. Relationships that are strong are built on trust. Be trustworthy by being honest, dependable, and consistent in what you do. Trusting someone also means keeping secrets and respecting limits. Respect. Treating others with respect is important for keeping interactions respectful and peaceful. Kindness, care, and respect should be shown to others. Respect their thoughts, choices, and right to be alone. Limits. To build mutual respect and protect each other's needs and limits, healthy relationships need clear boundaries. Set clear boundaries for yourself and others, and respect those bounds. Quality time. Take the time and make the effort to care for your connections. Spending quality time together, doing things you both enjoy, and making memories are all great ways to make connections that matter. Resolution of conflicts. Every relationship has disagreements, but how you handle them can make or break the connection. To settle disagreements calmly, learn how to actively listen, compromise, and find solutions that work for everyone. Things to do. Writing in a reflective journal. Tell your kids to think about their relationships. Ask them to write in a journal about the things they like about their relationships, the things they'd like to change, and the things they can do to make their bonds stronger. Role-playing. Set up situations where students can play different roles to practice communicating clearly, showing understanding, and solving problems in different types of relationships. Case studies. Give students case studies that show common relationship problems and ask them to examine them, find possible problems, and come up with solutions based on the lesson's ideas. Relationships with other people are very important to our happiness and health. We can make meaningful connections that make our lives and the lives of others better by putting communication, empathy, trust, respect, and healthy limits at the top of our list of priorities. Remember that partnerships take work and dedication over time, but the love, support, and company that comes from them make it all worth it. Number 2, accepting that joy and lightness are rare. People often compare the search for happiness and lightness in life to looking for rare gems in the vast ocean of existence. Moments of happiness and peace are truly treasures that money can't buy and can have a deep effect on our souls. When we're truly happy and love light, our eyes sparkle, our smiles light up our faces, and the world around us seems to be lit up by a ray of hope. These feelings come from within and spread out, making everyone in our society feel nice and happy. However, some people may admire and envy your happiness. Others might not believe it's real, and they might wonder if anyone can really be at peace and happy without being touched by life's problems and illusions. Joy and lightness aren't something that's too expensive or hard to get. Instead, they come from savoring and accepting every moment of life, no matter how ordinary or small. Remember that happiness isn't based on what other people think. It's in creating a peaceful and self-free mind. So keep your joy and lightness as a secret treasure that isn't affected by what other people say or think about you, and share it with people you trust. Number 3, your financial situation. We need to understand that a person's true worth doesn't come from what they own, but from who they are, their morals, their soul, and their ability to deal with life's challenges while staying true to themselves. When we choose to keep our financial situation private, we are not only protecting ourselves from jealousy and pointless comparisons, but we are also making it clear that we don't find acceptance or self-worth in the numbers in our bank account. Beyond material support to include spiritual and moral self-sufficiency, by not disclosing our financial situation, we practice spiritual self-reliance by keeping ourselves from being judged and recognized by others. This helps us grow an independent and self-contained spirit. In order to better understand this issue, let's look into the story of Alex, who recently had a lot of success through smart investments and bought a fancy, expensive house, even though he really wanted to tell his friends about it. Alex was greatly influenced by Stoic philosophy. He believed that a person's true value doesn't lie in their external accomplishments, but in their inner qualities and actions. He knew that money was temporary and that it could lead to envy and judgment. Alex chooses to keep this accomplishment a secret instead of looking for approval from other people, Alex thinks about how important this milestone is for him personally, and how it's the result of his hard work, discipline, and dedication to personal growth. This isn't a sign of insecurity or pride. It's a choice of humility and a deep understanding that the most valuable things in life can't be bought with money. By keeping financial matters private, we not only avoid comparison and envy, but we also make time to focus on self-improvement and the path to moral and spiritual perfection. Therefore, in the context of an increasingly open and interconnected world, where personal information easily becomes currency for attention and evaluation, the decision to keep personal financial matters private is not only an act of self-protection, but also an expression of spiritual freedom and independence. It is how we live according to the teachings of Stoicism, not bound by what we have or do not have, but by who we are and aspire to become, understanding. Your financial situation is crucial for achieving financial stability and reaching your goals. Here's a lesson structured to help you grasp the fundamentals. Take a look at your current situation. To begin, gather all of your important financial papers, such as bank statements, bills, income statements, and investment accounts. To get a good idea of your financial health, add up all of your income and spending. Making a budget. Write down all of your monthly income and spending in a budget. Fixed costs include things like rent, utilities, and loan payments. Variable costs include things like food, fun, and eating out. Set aside money in your budget for savings and a disaster fund. Managing debt. Make a list of all the debts you have, like personal loans, school loans, and credit card debt. Pay off bills with high interest rates first, and make at least the minimum payments on other debts. If you can lower your general interest rates, you might want to think about consolidating or reorganizing your debt. Emergency fund. Save money in an emergency fund to pay for things like medical bills or car fixes that come up out of the blue. Get 3 to 6 months' worth of living costs saved up in a different account. If you want your wealth to grow over time, you should start saving now. When picking investments like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or real estate, you should think about how much risk you are willing to take, your financial goals, and how long you have to reach those goals. Spread out your investments to lower your risk. Plan for retirement. Begin making plans for retirement as soon as you can. Put money into retirement plans like 401ks, IRAs, and pensions. If your workplace offers it, take advantage of the matching contributions. Insurance coverage. Make sure you have enough insurance to protect yourself and your property. Health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, and property insurance are all examples of this. Every year, go over your rules again to make sure they still fit your needs. Education in finances. Always learn more about personal finance so you can make smart choices. You can read books, go to seminars, or talk to financial experts for help. Stay up to date on changes in the economy and banking rules. Set financial goals. Make short and long-term financial goals that are clear, measured, attainable, relevant, and have due dates. Smart. Keep an eye on your work and change your plans as needed. Finally, you should look over your finances on a daily basis and make sure everything is still okay. Your financial goals and life events may change over time. Number 4. Let past battles remain unshared. All of us have had unforgettable times, vivid images which could be from the past. It's not worth it to keep lamenting the past and letting it control our present and future. We can't change the past, so if we keep mourning what's gone, we'll miss out on many new opportunities that are waiting for us. The most important thing to remember is to accept the past and move on with our lives. The fights we had in the past, whether they were with ourselves or with the people or things around us, are now part of our personal history. These experiences, whether they were painful or wonderful, have helped shape who we are today. However, telling everyone about all of these fights isn't always necessary or helpful. Keeping secrets and accepting personal experiences is part of becoming stronger and more independent. Being strong inside comes from facing and overcoming obstacles, not from being praised or praised by others. People value the process of personal growth and change more than the end result. Protecting this process by not sharing every detail will help us stay focused on learning and development instead of trying to get other people's sympathy or attention. It's important to remember that in every battle, no matter how it ends, we can find strength and lessons that will help us continue our journey. Keeping the past to yourself is a good way to protect your privacy and respect, and it also helps you stay focused on improving yourself in the present and the future. Life is full of chances to learn, grow, and get stronger, and we should keep moving forward without letting the past hold us back. If you have learned the lesson that the past is just history lessons for you, please leave a comment. I leave the past behind and look towards a bright present and future under the comment section of this video. Number 5. Tell no one about your goals. Each goal you hold inside you is like a miraculous seed waiting to be planted in the rich soil of opportunity and patience. Imagine if every dream and aspiration we had was seen as a seed ready to burst out of its shell, reaching out from the ground and toward the sun, eventually growing into a strong, tall tree. That would be a momentous event, wouldn't it? But before it can do that, the seed needs to be shell. The seed is both a symbol of growth and development, and a reminder of the power of silence and secrecy. Protect your goals the same way you would care for that miraculous seed. It's not an act of hiding or refusing help. It's an act of faith in the natural process of development, patience in waiting, and trust in the ability to grow strong from within. In the end, when we share our goals, we not only invite interest, but also judgment pressure from the path we've chosen and making us lose sight of what's most important. The journey of striking goals and getting better. You might want to learn a new language, like French, without telling anyone about your goal. This will help you stay focused on the process and enjoy each small step without worrying about the end result. Also, since you'll be doing it by yourself, each challenge you overcome will be both a personal triumph and a step toward building your resilience and independence. Lastly, as your goal SE seeds sprout and grow, you'll feel satisfied and happy, not from outside praise, but from a deep understanding that you've overcome every challenge. That's when you realize that in silence and patience, you found an extraordinary source of strength, the ability to be self-reliant and self-sufficient without needing approval from anyone else. We've learned 5 important lessons together about keeping secrets and the importance of discretion in life. We want to extend sincere thanks to all of you who have taken the time to participate and share this mission with us. But our journey doesn't end here. If you're still seeking the next answer about how to maintain privacy in personal relationships and build self-trust, remember that the 5 lessons before will help you find the answer. Keep following along as we explore together the next intriguing and meaningful aspects of Stoic philosophy. It can be smart to keep your goals to yourself, and there are a few reasons why this is often suggested. Avoiding external validation. If you tell other people about your goals, they might support or praise you. At first, this might feel good, but it can also give you a false sense of success. It has been found that people are less likely to follow through with their plans when they are praised for having good goals. Protection from bad feedback. Not everyone will agree with your goals, and some may even try to stop you. Feedback that isn't positive can make you lose motivation and question your skills. You can protect yourself from this kind of criticism by not telling anyone about your goals. Sticking to your goals. Talking about your goals can make you feel good, like you've already reached them. This might make you less likely to work toward your goals. If you don't tell anyone about your goals, you'll keep a sense of hunger and urgency that can push you to act. Stopping sabotage. It's possible that some people in your life will try to stop your efforts, whether they are aware of it or not. They might do this because they are jealous, scared, or want to keep things the same. If you keep your goals to yourself, these people are less likely to get in the way of your progress. However, there are times when talking about your goals can be helpful. Accountability. Telling a trusted friend, mentor, or teacher about your goals can hold you accountable from the outside. It can help you stay on track and make progress to know that someone else knows about your goals. Collaboration. Telling other people about your goals can sometimes lead to working together or making useful links. For instance, if you want to start a business, telling possible partners or investors about your goals could lead to ways you can work together. Asking for help. You should be careful about who you tell about your goals, but there are people in your life who really want you to succeed. Telling these people about your goals can help you feel better and give you motivation. In the end, whether you share your goals or keep them to yourself relies on your own preferences, the type of goals you have, and how your relationships work. Before you decide to tell other people about your goals, you should carefully consider the risks and rewards. Number 6, keep your morals and values in check. Personal ethics and values are very important to who we are. They are core principles that should not be changed because of what other people think or social pressures. That's why keeping our values and principles a secret is not only a way to protect ourselves, but also a way to keep our minds and spirits strong and unaffected by outside influences. The world we live in often makes us question our morals and beliefs. People like friends, co-workers, or even family members may put pressure on us to do things that aren't in line with our values and goals. But when this happens, we need to be patient and brave so we don't get caught up in the race to please others. Instead, we need to hold on to our beliefs and trust in the values we're pursuing. For example, imagine being in a group of friends or a community group whose entertainment tastes may conflict with your own. Being in a situation like this, it takes patience and determination to stick to your morals and ethics. You have to be brave enough to refuse to do things that you don't agree with, even if your friends are pressuring you to. Instead, you have to be patient with your choices and not be swayed by the need to please everyone else. By doing this, you not only protect yourself, but also keep your spirit and dignity unaffected by societal pressures and other people's biases in today's challenging world. Sticking to these values with patience and determination is the key to getting past problems and finding real happiness and success. It's how we show courage and confidence in everything we do, not letting outside influences and pressures get in the way. Number 7, how important it is to keep your information safe. Protecting privacy is seen as an important part of maintaining personal freedom and autonomy. Privacy isn't just about keeping other people from seeing our personal information. It's also about keeping our mental and emotional health safe from unwanted interference and social pressure. In today's world, where contact and communication happen quickly and widely, learning and applying this lesson is becoming more and more important. One of the main reasons to protect privacy is to keep our freedom and control over our lives. When we share too much personal information, we let other people interfere with and control our lives. This can make us lose our freedom and control, which can weaken our minds and spirits. Personal autonomy is not only a right, but also an important part of growth and happiness. Protecting privacy is also a way to shield our minds from unnecessary emotions and societal pressures. As sharing too much about personal life, work and relationships becomes more common, keeping some of our private lives is more important than ever to protect our minds and souls from harassment and distraction, inner peace and tranquility of mind. Protecting privacy isn't just about keeping our personal information safe. It's also about keeping our mental and emotional health safe. It means keeping our independence and control over our lives and the relationships we have with others. This is a basic principle in Stoic philosophy that we should live by every day. If you agree with our assessment and see how important it is to protect personal privacy, please let us know. The need to protect personal information is very important in a world where technology is everywhere. In the digital world, there are many things that could go wrong, from your financial information to your private chats to your browsing history. The first step to protecting your privacy and security is to understand how important it is to keep your information safe. Parts of the lesson: theft of identities and fraud. Describe how hackers can use personal information like SSNs, bank account numbers, and passwords to steal identities and commit fraud. Give examples from real life to show how bad the effects are. Data breaches. Talk about how common data breaches are in different fields, such as social media, healthcare, and shopping. Talk about how data breaches affect people, businesses, and society as a whole, and stress how important it is to take steps to stop them. Concerns about privacy. Think about what it means to share personal information on social media sites and other online places. Get people to think carefully about their privacy choices, sharing too much, and the risks that might come with posting private information online. Cybersecurity, best practices. Give useful advice on how to keep personal data safe, like using strong, unique passwords, turning on two-factor authentication, and making sure that software and protection programs are always up to date. Stress how important it is to be skeptical of emails, texts, and calls that you didn't ask for. Digital literacy and education. Stress how important it is to learn how to use technology and keep learning in order to get around in the digital world. Tell your kids to keep up with new threats, trends in cybersecurity, and the safest ways to keep their personal information safe. In closing, the lesson on how important it is to keep your data safe is a key part of learning how to use technology and being aware of cybersecurity risks. Individuals can make their way through the digital world safely and securely if they know the risks that come with sharing personal information and take steps to protect it. Remember that the information you give out is important, so be very careful with it. Number 8. Your long-term intentions and plans. Building and implementing long-term plans is seen as an important part of living a meaningful and purposeful life. However, part of this means keeping secrets and not telling too much about our plans until they come true. In today's complicated world, the advice to not reveal one's plans prematurely is a deep principle rooted in Stoic philosophy that stresses how important it is to keep secrets about our big plans until they come true. In real life, this principle is shown by a businessman named Noah, who is getting ready to start a big project in the technology sector. Before he does, he decides to share detailed plans with an old friend, not realizing that this friend is a direct competitor in the industry. Instead of getting support and encouragement, he may face the risk that his competitor will use this information to start a competition or even slow down the project's progress. This illustrates the importance of keeping secrets about our plans until they are realized a principle often emphasized in Stoic philosophy instead of disclosing too much before execution. We should proceed with thorough preparation in silence. When our plans have been successfully executed and yielded, results sharing them with others will be much more confident and effective. This not only keeps our secret safe, but also helps us maintain control and autonomy in achieving our goals. Number 9. Problems in your family. Families are where people develop their personalities and make important memories, but they aren't always peaceful and happy places. Every family has problems and challenges, no matter how rich or poor they are, or how happy they seem on the outside. Keeping family matters private becomes very important during times of sadness, separation, or conflict. These things shouldn't be shared with other people unless they need to be. This not only protects your privacy, but also keeps the peace and trust in your family ties. Everyone wants to avoid the day when their family story becomes citywide gossip, because outsiders often just hear the stories and turn them into gift stories for others without really understanding your situation. They may mean well and want to help, but they often can't understand what you're really going through. Instead, use your reason, emotions, and experiences to face and solve family problems. Deal with the issue with sobii and clarity, and don't let other people's feelings and views affect your choices. Also, keeping family matters a secret isn't just to avoid trouble, it's to protect your mental health and balance. While talking about them might make you feel better in the short term, it can lead to judgment, gossip, and people invading your personal space. So keeping family matters a secret is the best thing to do. Keeping things about family private shows that you respect and control yourself and your relationships. To sum up, keeping things about family private isn't just a way to protect yourself. It's also a way to keep your relationships and life stable and balanced. This helps you, your family, and everyone else around you. Do you agree with our point of view? If so, rate how much you agree with us on a scale of 1 to 10. Let us know in the video's comments section. Number 10. What a nice person you are. The importance of doing good deeds depends not only on developing personal character, but also on demonstrating kindness and patience. One of the most important tenets of Stoic philosophy is humility, and while the Bible says not to let your left hand do what your right hand should do, to do good deeds, doing good should not be a way to show off or attract the attention of others. It not only expresses the act of doing good, but also advises on humility and constructive appreciation of one's actions. Doing good should come from the heart with good intentions and should not be a way of self-expression or satisfaction in daily life. When we have the opportunity to help others, it is important to act normally and wholeheartedly. It is not for profit or to show off. It is not to help others. It is important to immediately remember that this applies not only to us. It helps us to be proud and happy. It is also a way for us to do good and create a better life and peace. But it also allows us to focus on the next task and not go back to the previous life, which will reward us with many surprises and happiness if we do not get too attached to the good work we have done and continue to do good and strive for even higher goals in general. Doing good work is not just an easy job, it is also a way of life, a way to create a good community around us. We must not forget that humility and sacrifice are two important qualities, not only in liberal philosophy, but also in everyday life. Finished with today's video. With these 10 lessons from Stoic philosophy, we can find peace and the strength to face the challenges of life. Instead of getting into pointless fights or sharing too much personal information, we learn how to keep ourselves and our souls clean and strong. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing which lesson impressed you the most and what you learned from it. Are you ready to use what you've learned in your daily life, if you find this video helpful and meaningful. The journey of studying Stoic philosophy never stops, so keep watching our other videos after this one ends. We hope to keep going with you on the journey of studying Stoic philosophy and using it in real life. Let's learn and grow together.